I'm in for life, man.
Yeah?
I love what I do.
What do you do there?
I teach social studies. Most of the AP classes, the honor classes, like the random
really?
outlier stuff right there.
Yeah.
I know I don't look
The
like
classes
much,
I never went to because I wasn't allowed.
I know I don't look like much, but you know yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that is how some of the elite get into those classes, right? No, but I did do some college credit classes in high school. I won't lie about that. I did do some of those, which helped out immensely.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
Even if you don't get the credit, man, just seeing how it works.
it really did make a huge difference in getting my degree and so forth and everything I had to do. So. Well, that's sweet. Well, do you have any questions? Did you get my email that I sent?
Yes.
Okay.
I was busy. I'm sorry. I was getting
No problem.
things packed and trying to get ready to go here.
Yeah, I understand that. So, when exactly is the move out date for y'all?
Well, that's the beauty. The beauty is we're gonna move and get out of here. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And we felt like it would be easier if we're not here to show. Because with 2 kids, you saw their room.
Yeah.
You can't keep that room clean. You know what I mean? And we figured it'd be easier to maintain and show if we're not here. So that's the beauty of it. We're gonna move most everything out. Leave a few things behind to maintain the yard, maybe a couple other things here, and then once it sells, whatever's left is gone. So
Perfect. That's great. That's great. So you'll be gone and you'll be out of here and moving from there. That's
correct.
great.
Yeah, the plan is to tackle get the yard and garden looking good this weekend. Get a truck next week. Get most everything out. There'll be odds and ends here.
But for the majority, everything will be
Correct.
out. You'll be moving to the other one, occupying the
Yeah, I
other
want to get
one.
these dudes set up and get in their rhythm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Before we go back to school.
That's sweet. Cool. Awesome. So I always ask 3 really important questions to my sellers. The first question is, are you committed in today's marketplace and getting the home sold?
Yeah, I don't think I know it needs love, but this neighborhood in particular, people want to be in
They
it.
do. They do. Very desired.
The weird thing about this one is we're zoned for Chapel Hill, which people really want, but we got a Lewisburg mailing address, which may turn people off, but people in this community that know about it want to be teachers. Got 3 or 4 teachers living down there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm
And the
committed.
taxes are great and everything else.
Yeah,
too, so
I'm
that's
committed,
wonderful.
and I know that it's a place that people desire. They want to be here.
Great. And my second question is, do you want to price your home to sell, or do you want to keep it on the market for a long period of time?
Here's the beauty of the situation that I'm in. I'm in no rush because we've already got a house and I've already budgeted in, my mortgage into what we're doing for at least until summertime.
Okay.
At least for the next 3 or 4 months.
Okay. So payment wise and everything, you're fine with that side of things?
There's no panic is what I'm getting
Okay,
at.
yeah.
While we're at it, bottom line, and I hope you have good news for me. I feel like this place, bottom line, is minimum 120. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
That's if I
I'll give you
can.
some good news then. Yeah.
That's my bare minimum right there. You know what I mean? Of course, I like more.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And
That's what I'm here for.
I
A little bit more.
and I'm willing. That's basically where do whatever you got to do.
No, I don't need to take it. It's actually the course calling me right now. So. Let me do this. I'm going to put it on vibrate so it doesn't bother us again. I apologize. Should have done that before when I showed up here. So, there we go.
Life goes on, man. I understand.
So my third question is, do you want me to handle the sale for you?
I would like to. Yeah.
Okay.
She spoke very highly of you.
Yeah, if you do the same thing, for us, do it for him that you did for us,
And-
he'll be happy.
Cool.
Quite frankly, I don't try. I am not as enthusiastic about our local people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I prefer somebody from outside coming in. To be quite honest.
Yeah, no, that's great. I hear that very, very often. So you're not the first person to say that. I get called in, and especially, in any types of price points and so forth, we get called in because they're on the outside view, and then we just do a little bit more marketing, more exposure to folks that are moving from anywhere from Nashville down here or Florida.
Yeah,
up
you
here.
seemed amazing. Like the lady that did it before, I've known her most of my life. You know what I mean? And on top of the fact that she obviously had truth that she didn't want to tell me, she did a piss poor job. And that affects our relationship in this community going forward. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why I prefer somebody. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
if you really don't like me, you can always fire me. We don't have to see each other. Like you're saying.
No,
No, but that makes sense. That's cool. Well, that's wonderful. So really, there's three things that'll happen at the very end of our discussion today. Number one, you'll have the opportunity to list your home with me, which I would love. Number two, you'll decide not to list your home with me. And number three, I'll decide not to take the listing.
Gotcha.
And any one of those
Possible
decisions,
decline.
and any one of those decisions is perfectly fine. A lot of people say, well, why wouldn't you take the listing? Well, in some cases, if we don't meet eye to eye with what our game plan is and what your game plan is in your mind, of course, it's not just going to make sense for any of us, and it's going to be a waste of your time and a little waste
Correct.
of mine.
Strategies have to be simpatico.
Exactly. So we're going to make certain that we're both in line with everything, price, action plan, everything that we're going to do. Perfect. So let me ask you a couple more questions. Then, how much do you owe on the actual house?
It's a little less than 100,000.
Okay, wonderful. So we have a lot of equity there we need to protect for.
Yeah.
We have some equity to protect for you. Yes, for sure. I think a dollar is a lot. So we're going to make certain that anything.
We bought this in 2007, right before the bottom fell out.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought, wow, these are really good deals, and then it went. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we never went into. We never got underwater. Well, we might have been underwater. We never missed a payment.
Great.
You know, and we eventually qualified for some government loan modification. We didn't refinance. They just
automatically did.
Yeah.
That's great. That's good. And ideally, in the best situation possible, how soon would you like to get the home sold?
Perfect world. You know, everything goes well. I go back to work the first week of August. I would like to go back to work in August and be done.
Okay, so before August would be great.
That would be amazing.
Now, if that happens sooner than that, let's say we put it on the market and we sell it in the first week or two, would that be a problem?
No. My understanding of this neighborhood and in this area, I've done a little bit of research. 2 weeks is about the average.
Yeah, and we'll look at those too and look at what's actually happened here recently, so that we're both on the same page with how long is what's really taking.
I may be misinformed, but that's my understanding.
Oh yeah, we'll go through all that, which you're not off by any means. Okay, perfect. And let's see. That should answer all those because we already know pretty much why you're moving, everything else. We're just getting to the next place. The house is vacant, so we're ready to move forward on everything. So really, there's only two things we need to more focus on, or we've already focused on the first, which is your motivation to get the home sold. Secondly, the price that we set on the home, and make certain that we figure out what that's going to be. So what I've done is I've compiled what we call the comparable market analysis. There's two parts to the research. Part one we call fantasy land. It's what homeowners wish they could sell their home
What you
for.
ask for and then what you get.
Exactly. Part two is what we sell the home for, yeah. And what actually ends up actually happening in today's marketplace. We want to make certain we spend most of our time in the right area.
That's right.
So knowing that and those two parts, we need to figure out first, before we look at the numbers and look at things, how buyers determine value. So how do you think, if you're a buyer in today's marketplace, how do you determine value?
I guess what I'm asking you is, when I'm purchasing a home, or how would I pitch this home to someone else?
Actually, how would you if you're looking to buy a home similar to this, or you're looking to buy a home in the future, or when you purchase this home, how did you create value for yourself? What made the purchase ideal? Was it square footage? Was it other homes selling? What was it?
When I purchased this home, I only had one child, and so it was like, for a small family, it was perfect. Space for them to run outside. Perfect. Nice suburban neighborhood. You're on a major highway, but you're kind of far from population centers right there. I did not realize my neighbors were going to be as retired.
Okay.
They're much older. It didn't work out for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what appealed to me is space relative to needs, and outdoor space. How am I situated relative to others? That's what creates value.
Perfect. So for value for you, if I hear what you're saying, is basically what it does for you and the desired or benefits that it's going to offer for you.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, space in a nice neighborhood that's well kept, so forth and so on. Right.
Yes.
Perfect. Buyers are going to do that exact same thing today. Nothing's changed. And how I would describe value on that terms is buyers are going to do what I call comparison shopping, and you probably did this. When you look at the home, you're going to look at several homes and see what's out there. So really, they're going to look at the features and benefits of your home and compare it with similar homes that they're actually going and taking a look at, or they're going to look at comparables. If there isn't anything, they're going to look at what's recently sold to figure out value. Easiest example that I have for you is if you're going to buy a car. You see this car, it's at the dealership, it's $20,000, has everything that you want. And then you go down the street, there's another dealership, same car, has everything that you want. Not the exact same car, but same type. You know. But it has CD player and fancy rims, and it's $20,000. Which one has more value?
Once again, it comes down to what your needs are. You know what I mean? If I'm a young man, the flashy car. If I'm worried about, you know.
But if you had the choice, it was the exact same price, $20,000, has CD player and fancy rims.
You want to go to the pimp?
You're going to go with that,
Yeah,
right? Everybody's
right.
going to. Yeah. So same with the house too. If it had granite countertops and so forth, but the first one didn't, you'd probably go after the one with granite countertops, right? I mean, it's just
Good thing.
yeah. With all else being exactly equal. Now let's say hypothetically the first one goes on sale. It does not have CD player and fancy rims, but it goes on sale for $5,000. Which one would you I'd say would have more value?
It gives you more room to build into it, do what you want to do right there, customize. If I have the time and money, then yeah. You know,
I mean, for $15,000, you can get your own CD player and fancy rims, right?
Oh, yeah.
Very easily. So same thing goes with the house. Are you planning on doing anything majorly to the home, like adding granite countertops or expanding this wall out 20 feet or any of those kind of things?
major, no.
Okay. So really it's just cosmetic and those kind of things we'll probably work on.
Yeah, there are things I know have to be done, and then there are things I need to be. People have differing opinions on what should be done, and so I just want somebody. I'm going to be told what would be the best option.
Perfect. So really then price is really the only issue then, because we're not going to change any of the outside or any of the major components of the home.
Bottom line, if doing some simple things around here increases what I get, I will do it. If it would be better to wiggle on the price and get somebody customized right there, I'm.
Then you're willing to do that too. Cool.
I am uber flexible in that situation.
Okay, and we'll talk about that too and make sure we're on the same page there. That's great. So let's jump in then right into the comparables of what's going on. So first we're going to look at, well, we don't really have any fantasy land at this moment because there's not a lot of homes that are stagnant, meaning homes that have been on the market for 6 months or anything like that, because our marketplace is just really not like that, especially in this price point. Now, if you were in a $500,000 price point, you'd probably see houses, some people have their houses sitting there for a long period of time.
Like that home that we bought in Linville, kind of sat there for
a while, exactly. And then that's why she ended up getting a great deal on it. So let's look at the first one here. This one is under contract, meaning it was active, but now it's under contract, okay? And why I'm bringing this one out is just to see what's going on recently, the most recent comp. This is the most recent one. It's the only one that's available on the market right now, but is under contract, okay? And it was built, what year?
04. This was built in 06, I believe.
06, yeah.
This one's
right
built in
here.
06.
06, that's exactly right. So this one's a little bit older, okay? It has a 2-car detached garage instead of a 1, right? And then how many bedrooms does it say there?
3.
How many bathrooms? 2. And what's the square footage?
1424. I don't know what the square footage is here.
Okay, great. And that's why I brought this here. Yours right here, it says right there. What does it say?
Oh, 1250.
1250. So this one has about 175 square feet more than yours does, okay? So that's gonna play a big part of it. I've also seen the inside of this home, and it has tile floors, a little bit of upgrades done inside the home, new carpet, new paint, and so forth. How many days was it on the market before it received an offer?
32.
Okay. And then what price enticed them to come to the home?
155.
155. So they advertised it at 155. Condition-wise, it is in great condition, impeccable. I mean, 100% great condition. It was on the market for 32 days. They ended up getting an offer on the property, and now they're waiting for it to close. Now, we don't know what it's actually going to close for until it actually closes. They're not going to tell us that. So this actually might be drastically different. It might be exactly what it is. It might be at 130. It might be at 155. We just don't know yet. So all we can utilize here is that price entice them to come after, put an offer in on the property after 32 days for 1,424 square feet. You with me there?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to actually what's closed in today's marketplace. This is what an appraiser is going to use to look at actual values in the area. We're going to look at this one, this one, this one, this one. So first we're going to look at the new construction that's going on over here right now. Okay, there are actually 2 other homes that are new construction right now that are available for someone to purchase in the neighborhood. I didn't bring those because those actually are just active. It doesn't compare to yours, but I did want to bring a sold one just so that you knew what the new ones are going for.
Gotcha.
Okay, so this one closed, and how many bedrooms?
3.
How many bathrooms? The square footage?
1478.
So
a little larger, yeah.
About 225 square feet larger than yours. How many days was it on the market?
17.
Only 17 days. And that just recently closed, right? Actually, no, sorry. That was up to almost 1 year ago is when that was sold. Apologize. And what's the price on that?
154.9, so they actually got more.
Yeah, they got more than what they actually were advertising it for. Now, again, if you look at this one, brand new construction, then you look at what's under contract right now.
Not too far away, yeah.
And the price point was very similar.
Yeah.
Now, the new ones that are on the market right now, they're asking $185 for them right now.
Wow.
So they're anywhere between, and 185 was 2,000 square feet, so that is a bigger jump. There was one for 168, I believe it was, and he was around 1,450 square feet. So
Well, this guy down here in the corner, I heard 140.
Okay.
That's what he paid, but he's got a funky lot. It floods, you know.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah,
Now let's look at these two here. Oh, no, those are okay, here we go. We're going to look at this one next right here. Okay. So this one here, closed, right? How many bedrooms?
382.
Same as yours, right? This one was substantially not a lot longer ago, but quite a bit ago. 3-bed, 2-bath, square footage.
About the same.
Okay. And what did it end up going for?
123.5.
123.5. Now let's look at this one, which is the most recent one in the neighborhood. That's very similar to yours. So closed, right? How many bedrooms?
3.
No baths? Square footage?
Actually, I think I'm a little better on that
Yeah,
one.
you're a little bit better than on that one. You're about 50 square feet. Yeah, more than 25 square feet more than that one. And this was on the market for how many days?
3.
3 days. Went under contract. Just recently sold, right? Less than, 20 days ago?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And how much did it end up selling for?
127.5.
And what did they give in participation? That's a big number to look at right there.
What is it? 5. What is that?
$5,000. That means that the buyers requested that the seller give them $5,000 to pay for their closing costs. So really, the seller netted $5,000 less than
I got you.
what this is, and then also commissions and so forth was even lower than that.
Gotcha.
So they ended up really accepting an offer at $122,500 is what they actually ended up doing. Okay. Condition wise, it was in really good condition. I think they actually mentioned here if they did very similar to yours. It does have new carpet. And then the side-by-side refrigerator and drop-in range, built-in microwave, of course, dishwasher, and so forth. Yeah. So they did just barely do the new carpet on that one to get that one sold. Okay. Any questions on that?
No.
Now, based on what we've seen here, we've seen all the comps in the area. What price do you feel we would need to put on your home to create value in the eyes of the buyer and get them to purchase your home?
I was thinking to start around 130. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With a little wiggle room right there.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing this, the ones that are comparable are a little lower. You know, people are getting a little more, but they're, you know, they haven't had a family of 2 or, you know, 2 kids living in here for the past. You know, I mean, I understand that this is lived in, and I know there are a few things that have got to be done before we leave. And then there are things that are optional, you know, before we leave that need to be done. Yeah. But that's what I was thinking.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. That was going to be my exact recommendation for you when I came here. I even told Cameron in the car. That's exactly what we go for. Now, the good part about today's marketplace, I'm going to share with you, there's 4 things that sell real estate. You probably already know what these 4 things are. Number 1 is going to be what your realtor is going to do. Okay, and I can honestly sleep at night. So every one of my clients have done everything possible to get the home sold. So we won't ever have to worry about that. The next 3 things are things we might need to worry about, which is going to be condition, location, and price. Now, location, we can't change it, right? We can't pick it up and move it anywhere. It's not going
But I feel confident the location is desirable.
Exactly. So location is desirable, which is going to be great. The next is going to be condition, which we can always change, which would in turn affect the price and or price affect the condition, right? So depending on those things is really going to determine how much more we might be able to sell the home for. In today's condition, I'm thinking exactly what you're thinking at that price point. Now, there's a couple things you need to do to even get that price, but we'll go through that at the very end. So, since we know what sells real estate, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's nothing else that sells real estate, right? It's those things. Those are the factors. Okay. Want to make sure we're on the same page. Okay? There's anything else that does that. Okay, so next we need to look at what, if we pick that price point, how do we know if that's right or not? okay? Because I'm not writing you a check today, right? And you're not writing yourself a check today. So you live here, you just continue living here. So therefore, we need to make certain these buyers are going to write checks for the house and actually purchase the home. So how do we do that? Well, we do that by seeing what the marketplace is telling us by what we're actually doing. Okay, so there's actually 3 scenarios that will happen when we work together. The first scenario, which is going to be the best, and I'm going to play out all 3 of them. And so the first is going to be the best. Now, once we do this, that would tell us that the marketplace is telling us we've done everything right, which is we're going to sign contracts, we're going to take pictures, we're going to put the home on the market. Every buyer on the planet is going to know about the home. It's interested in this area, this price point, and so forth. Everyone's going to know about it. And within the first 2 weeks, we're going to have a ton of showings. We're going to get an offer or even 2 offers, and we might even have a bidding war, and we'll sell it for whatever the price the highest bidding buyer is going to pay for. And most likely it's going to be very close to the price we put on it. Okay, now if that happens, what is the marketplace telling us? We did our job, everything worked out perfectly, right? Now the second thing can happen, where we sign contracts, take pictures, put it on the market, every buyer on the planet knows about it. We have a lot of showings, but we don't have any offers. What would the marketplace be telling us then?
Something's wrong with the physical location. You need to invest in it.
Yeah, there's something wrong with something, okay? I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with the location itself because people are actually coming to the home. So we're getting them into the door, but then they're coming around, they're looking around, and well, the house down the street has this and this and this for what, the same price? Honey, let's go buy that one instead of this one, or whatever they're saying in their minds. But they're not buying ours, but they're buying someone's. So that usually means we're about 3 to 5% above market value, or there's something wrong, color of the walls, or something's going to be different, in which we're going to have to affect and change at that point. But again, that doesn't mean we're way far off, okay? Now, if that happens, we'll obviously be touching base and talking about all that and making sure, if buyers are like, hey, we don't like the color in this one room, we can negotiate that time very easily, okay? But that's just what the marketplace is telling us. You with me there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Lastly is going to be, we sign contracts, put it on the market, everybody on the planet knows about it, we don't have any offers at all, and we don't have any contracts. What would the marketplace be telling us then?
Just something fundamentally undesirable about the property.
Yeah, it usually means we're way overpriced.
Yeah.
We've shot them out, just like the house that she ended up purchasing. I mean, for first they were shooting way high, and that just means no one's going to look at it, no one's going to want it because they're rejecting even the cover. Meaning we're doing our marketing, we're exposing it to all the buyers. The buyers are looking at it saying, I'm not even going to go out and waste my time because this person's obviously doesn't have a clue what the market is. Okay, now I don't think we're going to be in that case at all whatsoever. But I always have to share that with you because if the marketplace were to tank tomorrow, we don't have any showings whatsoever. We would then be talking and saying, hey, what do we need to do?
Yeah.
You would know what to do. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I always try to make certain that my clients know exactly what's going on with the marketplace based on what's actually happening in real time. You with me?
Yeah, I got you.
Cool. So now that we know all that, then yes, I feel very confident with the price point that we've talked about there at the $130,000. Now my biggest actual price point that I'm going to suggest is going to be $129,700.
Gotcha.
Why do I do that? Why do I go to 7 instead of the 9? Well, the reason for that, you've been to Walmart before, right?
Yeah, just human nature. People feel like it's a better deal.
Exactly. And 9, people feel like they're getting taken advantage of because they buy gasoline every day. And it's always to the 9.9. Everybody feels like they're getting ripped off. You go to the 7, they've done Walmart spent thousands of dollars to figure out what's a good connotation in people's brains, and that's what it is. So we'll go with that. And do you feel comfortable and confident I can sell the line for that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So there isn't any reason why we wouldn't do business together.
No, unless you've seen something that scares you away.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
Not at all. So I'm going to shake on that, and we'll fill out the paperwork and so forth.
Awesome, man.
And then I'll also tell you some advice on what we can do on the exterior of the house and so forth. Just to
But he and I are spending the weekend, and the car will obviously be gone.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I told him the car's got to go.
Yeah, that's. It was like when I bought the new car, it would not start, and I never in a million years thought it would be so damn hard to get somebody to come. People have looked at it,
Yeah.
and at this point, I'm like $60, man. Haul it away, it's yours. And I'm actually have to go take it to somebody and just drop it off, because the value of scrap metal is horrendous. But that's gonna be gone. We're gonna fix the put the poison down, fix the driveway right there.
Cool.
We're gonna get the trimmers out this weekend. We're gonna trim up and we're gonna put the mulch down.
Perfect. That's everything I was going to
Yeah, I mean,
suggest.
I am aware. I'm a
exactly.
teacher,
Yeah.
and like I said, I teach the advanced courses. And this is the time of the year where we come home like, what the hell have we done to this place? let's get it into.
Now we're gonna get into shape.
Yeah, I'm sure you've dealt with other teachers. That seems to be a common thing. But yeah, that's by Monday that will be done.
Awesome.
And we had a tree come down in the winter. All that will be gone. The burn pit will be exposed. Something else that might be attractive to somebody out there.
Yeah, you do a bonfire out there, burn all that stuff.
Oh yeah, man. We'll take care of all that.
Nice, good.
But yeah,
Good weekend.
I promise you that's going to be taken care of.
Awesome. That sounds good. Well, let me grab the paperwork here and go through that. What questions do you have on the process of listing? Anything else?
None whatsoever. Just if pictures are going to be made, can we wait till next week? I know
Yes.
obviously to give me time to get some shit done.
I'm going to do that right here. So if we wait until next week, what I'm going to have is I'm going to have my assistant. She's going to call you. Her name's Whitney.
Okay.
I do this every day, and then what she does is she does all the paperwork stuff every day. Okay, so she's out, she's in the office in a cubicle doing all the paperwork stuff. So whenever she's going to need information about the listing going on in months, she'll be contacting you. Anything comes up in the process, she'll be contacting you. And if you have any questions, you'll contact her and all those kind of things. I'm the guy that's going to be negotiating, making sure that you get the best price and so forth and so on. She's the one that's behind the scenes doing all the paperwork stuff. Okay, that fair enough?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have Whitney call next week to schedule pictures. What's probably going to be a more ideal day? I guess you're off now. So
Oh yeah, man.
anytime, right?
We're here.
Okay, so we'll schedule with the photographer. We also pay for a professional photographer to come out and do it. So we'll have the professional photographer get here and do all that. So.
Oh, wait.
Okay, perfect. What's your last name again, Dan?
Beatty, B-A-T-Y.
And the address here?
2183 Horton. Like Horton, here's the who? Wait. Lewisburg, Tennessee. 37091.
Which one?
3709.
Yes, sir.
Restaurant big all of King Kong. I have the
Greatest.
greatest job.
Got my chicken scratch going on here. Okay, appliances. Oh, we're gonna be.
Okay, this is what I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
Has to be replaced.
Okay.
Has to be replaced.
Okay.
And obviously, if you're gonna do that, might as well go ahead and replace. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Do they work?
This one, yes. This right here works.
Yeah.
But the control panel is gone. And when I called out a repairman, he's like, "You're going to spend as much on the control panel as this right here has started leaking in the past month or so.
Okay.
It doesn't leak all the time; it's sporadic,
Okay.
but it will leak every now and then."
So are you planning on fixing those for the?
That's what I was going to talk to you guys about. Like, if it's one of those things where it's better that I replace it and put it in, great. If it's better to leave to someone else to replace.
Might as well do that. My suggestion on the appliances is going to be it's going to be best for you to replace those now
Gotcha.
than it is for the buyer to actually do that. Reason for it is just the buyers in this price point, anything pretty much under $250,000, they're not going to have the cash to be able to do that. Even some of the buyers above the $250,000, they're not going to have that cash in their pocket to be able to replace those right when they move into the house. So we want to get those done beforehand to make certain that they're going to actually be enticed to purchase. Yep. That makes sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we'll do.
Cool. And then the refrigerator, they're just going to stay or?
It can.
Okay. So
I mean, like, what it comes down to is, am I getting,
you need more for whatever. So what we're going to
Yeah.
do is we're going to leave that as a negotiating tool. Okay. We're not going to automatically say it comes with, and then we'll use that versus what we're negotiating with. That makes sense. Okay. And then washer and dryer, you get the same thing, right? Or are you taking those no matter what?
My ex-wife is actually
Okay.
liking to have those, but if push came to shove and I had to keep them here,
Wouldn't be a big deal.
yeah, she'll understand. Or she won't, but the point is. That's the point.
I like it. Okay. So I'm putting here in those. Do you have a garage door remote?
Yes.
Okay. That'll come with?
Yes, I need to get it repaired. Well, change the battery.
Okay. Change the battery. Sounds good. All right. So now we're gonna go through how I get paid and how the other realtor gets paid and so forth and so on.
You typed on the wrong side.
No.
You typed that where it's not. You didn't type it at the bottom. You typed
Missing
it
a
at the
back
bottom.
page.
At the front. At the beginning.
I don't know where it went.
I like the top
Yeah.
instead of the bottom.
We'll go through it and then we'll have you sign it
No one
somewhere.
does it.
It's probably in my truck. I think it's probably in my truck, so I'll have to go look. Because I know I saw it when I put this inside the packet. Anyhow, so I'm missing the back page for your signature, so we'll go through it without your back page. Alright, so this is just going to go through and just say Remax Elite will be the one working for you, okay, for the purchase, for the sale of the house. We have your name here, we have your address here. This is the house you're actually going to be selling. Here we have included items inside the property. Okay, we're going to go. I'm going to read this. I'm going to pull this way, and I'm going to read it out loud, so you know exactly what's going to go with the property as a standard feature. All attached lighting fixtures and bulbs, fixtures, ceiling fans, permanently attached plate glass mirrors, heating, cooling, and plumbing fixtures and equipment, all doors, screen doors and windows, all window treatments, i.e. shutters, blinds, shades, curtains, and draperies. Any hardware. All wall-to-wall carpets, ranges, all built-in kitchen appliances, all bathroom fixtures and bathroom mirrors, all gas logs, fireplace doors, and attached screens, all security systems, components, and controls, garage door openers, and all at least one garage door remote, any entry keys, swimming pools and equipment, awnings, permanently installed cooking grills, landscaping and or outdoor lighting fixtures, mailboxes, attached basketball goals and backboards, all TV mount brackets but excluding the TVs, antennas and satellite dishes excluding components, and central vac systems and attachments. So if they're not here, it's not included, but if they are there.
The only question I had was, and people had a lot of debate. The carpet, obviously, it's not going. Whoever's going to get this is not going to keep this carpet. You know what I mean? It was put in very crappy to begin with. Is that something that we should replace, or should that be something that?
The only thing that I would say you probably want to do is to get it stretched
and cleaned.
Amen. Thank you. I've said that for a year.
Cleaned and stretched is what I would do. I would not replace it at this price point that we're going to be selling the home for. Let that for the buyer. Now, if the buyer's like, hey, it needs a new carpet, I want new carpet, we can always negotiate that in the price. Meaning we can raise the price up and include them to get the carpet done. We would do that before closing, then they do the carpet.
Gotcha.
But I'd rather use that as a negotiating thing than
Understood.
right off the bat.
So definitely take care of this, and that's negotiable. Gotcha.
Exactly. Yeah. Down here we have listing price. We're going to put one here at 197,
Either put them in an album.
correct?
Start on the flower one.
Yes.
That is the first picture. You put it out. How about
Okay, come here, little sissy.
Okay. Starting today's date, ending December 2nd, 30-day carryover clause. Carryover clause means that if we were to show the property at the very end of this contract, we'd have 30 days to sell the home to those potential buyers because we were the procuring cause of the sale. Understand? Okay. Down here we have any possession of the property. We're going to go through to be determined. So we're not giving possession of the property until it's on the contract. Down here it says terms of the sale. We're going to do any. Meaning the buyer can do any kind of financing they deem necessary. We're going to allow them to do any kind of things, FHA, conventional, whatever. Our compensation is going to be here, as described here, 7%. Down here we are obligated or able to do open houses and also advertise to other buyers to bring their potential buyer, other agents to bring their potential buyers. We're going to give them commission of anywhere between 0 and 3%.
So I could look at 10% being lost just totally.
Not a full 10, but
That'd be my max, right? Worst case scenario, 10% off the top taken off. Okay.
Yeah, 10% is going to be kind of your worst case scenario. Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be more depending what the buyer's going to want, but we're not going to allow it to get to that. Does that make sense? Because they might want to negotiate more and more and more, but we just say no, depending on the activity we're having on the home. For example, the last 2 homes that I ended up listing, we ended up selling for over market value, meaning we listed at, let's say, 135. We ended up selling at 140. Now, Alex, how were we able to do that? Well, we were able to do that because within the first week we had 21 showings. We had 3 offers come in. So at that kind of demand, we're able to say, hey, we're going to sell it for more than what we actually put it out there for. Okay, that happened. What was that?
Was it East T?
It wasn't. No.
Oh, okay.
No, it wasn't actually. That one was not. That was in Columbia, really. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Crazy,
good.
yeah.
This is good news.
Yeah, it's really good news. We did the same on yours, didn't we? We ended up selling for more than that.
Yeah, we got nothing, and then we ended up getting like multiple offers. And, yeah.
It was awesome. It was awesome. So that's exactly what we're going to try to do in that case.
Gotcha.
Okay. Down here we have foreign investment money. You didn't buy it with foreign investment money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It just talks about your tax implications. Hold harmless agreement. Down here just states that we, as a Remax Elite, are held harmless for any of your personal belongings and so forth inside the home. Obviously, we don't install security systems and so forth inside the home. Down here at expert assistance means that I can give you expert advice, but I can't be held liable for anything that I'm not a professional in. So if it says right here tax advice, or let's say square footages and acreages and things like that, I can give you advice about it, but you can't hold me responsible to that. And that kind of goes in the realm of this hold harmless agreement too. Okay. Agency just shows what an agency is supposed to be. What agency is. A broker oversees everything. Down here we have a designated agent for the seller. That's me. I have a fiduciary duty to you that includes loyalty, obedience, full disclosure, confidentiality, reasonable care. So I'm your little puppy dog when it comes to getting the most out of the buyer and getting the best possible deal on selling the home, and just making certain the process goes smoothly. Dual agency right here states that if I were to bring my own buyer to the property, I could represent both parties. Some people say, well, how do you represent both parties? Well, I just have to be a neutral party with anything that might jeopardize your position. So if the buyer says, what's his bottom line? I can't tell him that.
I had one lawyer represented us in court for a divorce. I'm familiar with that.
So you're familiar with
Yeah,
that?
familiar with how
Okay,
it works.
perfect. Adverse facts, if there are things that I can see that are adverse facts, damages to the property, I have to give that information. Or if you tell me something about, like, hey, this is a problem, I have to disclose that to them. Like, if we never fixed the dishwasher, I would have to say, hey, the dishwasher leaks, because
I understand.
it's an adverse fact.
I have no desire to. I assume another young family's coming in. I have no desire to screw them over.
Okay, that's
You know what I mean?
good. That's good. Confidentiality. Anything that we talk about, I have to hold confidential unless you tell me otherwise.
Understood.
Same with buyers when they call on the real estate sign. No matter what they say, I can tell you until we go under agency with them. Then I have a confidentiality agreement with them. Okay. Any questions so far? Down here is duties owed to the parties, duties owed to the client. Okay, these two coincide with each other. Basically, they say, in essence, I'm here to help you. You're here to help me help you. So any information that you can give me that's going to better assist you in selling the home, I need to know about it so that I can better help you.
Understand.
sell the home. Okay, seller's authorization just states in here that RE/MAX is also going to be appointing me as Alex Blake as your realtor. So I get to be the one that talks with you and helps you sell the home. Okay. If anything were to happen to me, the broker would then take over, and then he would assign another agent, or he would do it himself. Okay. Heaven forbid anything like that. That's right. Down here goes to earnest money. Earnest money will be provided on the property when a buyer makes an offer. They usually provide earnest money, okay, or trust money. That does not go into your pocket, nor does it go into mine. It stays in the brokerage account, which is a non-interest bearing account, and just sits there until the deal's consummated or something goes on with the deal. Title, it just states in here that you're warrantying free and clear title to the property. Okay. So there's no liens or easements or any of those kind of things on there, other than you probably have
My ex-wife's name is still on there, but we've got a
the
quit
decree.
deed. Yeah,
Okay.
so
You
we're
have a quick claim deed?
yes.
Okay.
So we're good to go on
You're
there.
good to go on there, yeah. Home protection plan, you have the right to buy one if you want. It basically warranties the house for the course of time.
It's one of those things, negotiating point, in my opinion. You get to the
That's
end, and
exactly.
somebody's like, "Yeah, it would really make me feel better."
We'll throw it in there, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, so I've already pre-done home protection plan as waived at this time. Other provisions just states in here it's binding agreement. Once you're in agreement, you're in agreement. You're going to sign it. Governing laws supersede this. Terminology. All the deadlines here at 11:59. So every deadline on the contract end at 11:59. If in the event the deadlines here or in other contracts will end on a holiday or a weekend, it goes to the next business day. Servability, say fair housing, discriminate, legal document, you have the right to have an attorney look over it. Now the next page, that's not here, goes through confidentiality. We'll have to look at that this rough way. It goes through confidentiality. If you need to write anything in there, I can write it in. I've never had anybody write anything in there, but we can. And then it goes through addendums and exhibits. There aren't any addendums and exhibits, so it's blank. Then it goes through special stipulations, which there is a special stipulation which just states in there that our brokerage charges a brokerage fee. Okay, so there's the percentage what we just told you, the 7% there, and then there's $695 for a brokerage fee gets added to that. Okay,
So 10% plus $695 would be the worst case scenario.
I would still say
Ideally, it's
10%.
within the 10%. The $695.
exactly,
I
exactly.
understand.
Because and let me go through your other fees because I don't want you to feel like, oh, and what are these? You know.
No, I understand how these things work.
Okay,
This is modern America.
That's right. So you have the 7, you have the 6, 95. Then you have your title escrow officer. He's going to charge $450. Excuse me, $450 to get his stuff. Then you're going to have a title policy. Now, locally in this marketplace, sometimes the buyers will actually pay for their own title policy. Sometimes they won't. It's a negotiation thing. Okay, like if you're in Davidson County, it's adamant that a seller does it. If you're in Murfreesboro and over in Rutherford County, it's automatic that the buyer does it. It's just kind of weird. So
different customs.
different customs, and different realtors that are suggesting to clients what is customary, in my opinion. So here it's a mix. So you might be charged that, you might not. But again, it's negotiated. If we have a lot of activity on the house, we don't really need to negotiate at all. We're just like, no, we're not going to do that. This is what we're going to do, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
But you are gonna have your taxes though. So meaning you're living here from right now. Your taxes are in an escrow account, right?
No.
No. Okay. So you pay your taxes once a year.
Yes.
Okay. So since it's once a year, you're gonna just come up with that. The reason why I asked that.
So next February I pay taxes on this property.
No. Well, unless we don't sell it the next
I
February.
got
So which is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So if we sell it, the closing date's July 5th. Okay?
Prorated portion for the year.
You're gonna go from January to July 5th.
Gotcha, okay.
Now, if you had an escrow account, you would pay that. The escrow account would give you that money back to you. Now, you also have homeowners insurance, right?
Correct.
You pay that probably once a year.
It comes up due this month. I'm only going to pay for 3 months and then
Okay.
reevaluate as I
Good
go.
idea.
You know what I mean?
Then either way, if you paid it for the full year, what would happen is once they close, they would issue back the
Gotcha.
reimburse the money for that. And so if you do 3 months and we sell it in 1 month, they'll issue you back the 2 months.
Do I need to go tell these people the house is on the market?
No, you don't need to.
Okay. I don't know if it's like I had to required to tell them or not.
No, not on homeowners insurance. You don't need to. You're fine there. And that should cover everything you have there. Any questions there?
No. So
So I'm going to look for that page for you to sign.
I got you.
If we don't find it and it's not in my vehicle, then we will. I'm going to send you electronically and I'll have you sign that today.
Gotcha.
So I'll send it over to you. And that's pretty much how we'll communicate from here on out. Is electronic signatures.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Are you done recording?